The life of a journaler means that your systems are always changing and your go-to tools cycle in and out based on your needs. I've swapped some journals in and out lately over the year, and I've been enjoying rediscovering some favorite stationery items I have in my stash as I continue on my no-buy and enjoying what I have. I've even restarted a journal that I had stopped in the past, but more on that later. Let's get into my journals, what I'm using right now, and my current favorite supplies that are new to me but have been in my stash. For journals, I have 4 going at the moment. The first one is, of course, my TN Passport. I'm using it for a few things right now. This one has morphed from just being kind of an everything, just like write brain dump journal on the go, to being both a travel journal and a hobby log on top of just a brain dump journal. It really depends on what inserts I have at the moment and what I need it for, which is an amazing reason to use a TN because you can constantly swap the inserts in and out, which is sort of self-explanatory, but I never fully appreciated it until I started using it for different purposes. I've been taking this with me wherever I go, on transit, waiting at the doctor's office, waiting for other things, or just having a moment to spare and using it to write in instead of pulling out my phone whenever I think of it. I even use it to keep notes of what's going on with my other hobbies and things like that too. If you want to see a full flip through and a talk through of my TN setup and what I'm using in it right now, definitely check out my full dedicated video to that. But I will tell you that there is a travel journal in here, there's a little sticker insert, and there is a everything brain dump journal in here. And I have another little insert that's waiting to be put back in here as well. The next one is my 5-year journal that I wanted to talk about. And I talked about it a little bit before, but I used to do this every single day of 2023. Even if I missed like a full 2 weeks or something, I would go back and try to remember what I did and fill it in. And that was great, but it ended up feeling kind of like a chore. So I put it away for 2024 for a long part of the year. You can see I kind of stopped in mid-January. And that's a shame because so much has gone on this year and I kind of wish that I would have kept up with the memory keeping, but that's okay. I'm back in it for September and October. I'm a little bit behind, but that's fine. I'm putting less and less pressure on myself when it comes to journaling, and I don't want to start back up with it now. So I've just decided I'm gonna fill it in when I feel like it, and if I go back for a few days, that's great too, but at least I can go back and read what I have in here. Ideally, of course, it would be every single day so that I have something to look back on when I do fill it in again, but it's okay. It's fine. It's not that serious. It's meant to be a good time and for memory keeping, not to hold over my head. You know what I mean? I'm letting go of those pressures, and hopefully if you haven't been using your 5-year or your journals, that helps you feel a little bit better about not being consistent every single day. I do really love it though. And these pages always make my fountain pens look the best. I mean, the inks rather makes them look the absolute best because it's Tomoe River paper, and my inks never look better than when I write in this journal. If you recognize this journal, then you have been around for a while. This was the journal I'd actually used to make my How I Start a New Journal video all the way back in August of last year, I believe. After that, I ended up actually not using it because I really wanted to use the B6 Plus from Loistre in 1917. Instead, I had been in A5 for a very long time, and I really just wanted to switch up the size when I had the chance. So after starting this one, I figured out, hey, it's not really for me right now, but I knew I would eventually come back to it and use it for something else. And finally, I have found the use for it. I am rereading The Artist's Way by Julia Cameron, and I decided to use this journal for my morning pages. And I can't show you them because that is a rule of morning pages, but I have filled up so many pages of just writing after like a week of using it. Plus, I use this to do my exercises that she has you do at the beginning and end of each week. It means 3 full spreads of journaling every morning, so like 3 of these pages, so 6 pages every morning of journaling. So you can imagine how quick it is to fill this up. And it's the concept created by Julia Cameron, the author of The Artist's Way, if you're not familiar. And morning pages is a big piece of it. It's just stream of consciousness. You don't think about it. You just write and write and write and write and write all the way until you're done. It usually takes me like 45 minutes to an hour because I don't journal that fast, but it's been really helpful and such an interesting experience so far. And one of the things is that you're not supposed to reread them and you're not supposed to show them to anybody until like way later in the process. You're never supposed to show anybody them, but you're also not supposed to reread them until later. I needed a separate journal. I started in here, and this is my like everything journal, but in here it allows it to be completely separate and I never have to look at the pages again. I just turn the page, I put the bookmark in the next blank spread so I don't even go back and read what I wrote before, and then I just continue. So it's been really nice to restart this journal, and it feels like it's being used that much more. And you can see how many pages, this is where I'm at right now, how many pages I've already used. So that's incredible. I'm loving that. I think I'll fill it up pretty quickly if I keep up with the program. I also decorated the front and the back with a couple of stickers just to kind of make it seem like a brand new journal, even though it was almost brand new, and make it more me and kind of signify, you know, a new version of it. I also made this little collage to separate out the old pages from the new pages, and used a little bit of stationery to make this nice little collage to signify, you know, I'm using it for a new purpose. Also, something fun that I started to do that was an idea that is in the book is I'm giving myself a little sticker on this page where usually you would put your index every time I complete the 3 pages in the morning or the 6 pages in the morning. So these are 3 sticker sheets that I've had in my collection for a while and haven't used much of. I used half of these and then never used them again. So I have all these cute little stickers. I'm just sticking them right here. And then because I've completed 7 pages so far, I have 7 little stickers here. And it's just like a cute way to use my stationery and make it a little bit more fun, give me a sense of accomplishment. And it's a cute way to sort of decorate the pages I wouldn't be using anyway, because I'm not gonna index my morning pages. So this is the journal that I'm doing those exercises in and the morning pages in. Finally, I have my beloved B6 Plus journal. If you know me, you know that I always have an everything journal on the go. No matter what else is going on, I need somewhere that doesn't have a specific use and therefore is used for everything. It's where I sometimes will write about my ideas for videos, where I'll put down notes for myself, lists, I'll do some collages, I'll do like more creative stuff. I write out maybe even scripts for videos or just points I want to talk about in videos. This is for my How My Small Journals Changed My Life video that I did earlier this year. It used to be called How A6 Journals Changed My Life, but then I started using my TN and it was no longer A6 size, so it was small journals instead. But I'm really a person who thinks by writing things down, and I love getting the opportunity to be creative and use my stationery. So this type of journal, I don't have to worry about holding back. In my 5-year journal, I strictly will not use stationery in there because I want it to just be writing. Otherwise it'll bulk up really fast, and I can't do that when I'm supposed to be using that for 5 years. So that one is out in terms of areas that I want to keep creative. So this one tends to be where I do my creative spreads, where I use most of my stationery, and how I like to keep everything together in terms of like lists and things like that. So I really love having this journal and being silly in it, pasting things in it, you know, making my little collage spread at the beginning that's color coordinated, like, you know me. And that's what I tend to use this journal for. I had like set it up the exact same way as this journal, where I did a color coordinated spread. I wrote here, I don't know what I put on this page, so I'm just covering it. I did a little sticker on the front. This one I had embossed, which is something you can do when you buy right from the Leuchtturm 1917 website. You can purchase embossing in all different colors and different, stuff you can put on there. Obviously I put Notably Emily, but you can put all kinds of stuff in there. The back page, of course, I have this is actually my current ink log, and you can tell what my typical inks are that I tend to go for. I love my blues and my purples and my greens, just like my nail polish, honestly. And sometimes I'll switch it up a little bit too. As for some of my recent favorite supplies that I've been using, things are a little bit different around here in that I'm using some pencils where I normally wouldn't. I'm usually a ride or die pen girl. So I've been getting into pencils, and I've been trying out a bunch of these ones that I've been gifted. These ones are Mitsubishi, and there's even Super Drawing Kitaboshi, and of course the Blackwing Pearl, as well as a few other ones that have been really fun to use. The reason I've been picking up pencils more often is that I'm using them to actually write notes and underline passages in the artist's way as I read it. So I don't want to use pen in it because it seems a little bit too, permanent, but I do want to write notes and underline areas and really kind of get into reading the book. And so I use a pencil, and because this one has a beautiful, very nice eraser on the end, it's really easy and fun to use, and I think it just looks really pretty as well. This allows me to, like I said, underline these, circle words. I'm like writing little excerpts and little notes to myself as I go, which I used to never do. I used to be like, the book has to stay perfect. Like I can't write on it. But the reason why there's these huge margins is so that you can write on them. And the other reason why I started using pencil is because I want to sit on the couch and do this. We have a new couch. It is light gray, and I am terrified of using my fountain pens on it because I know that I will stain it and I will never forgive myself and the ink will never come out. So with pencils, it's not nearly as bad because it almost is the same color and I don't have to worry about staining the couch when I want to just be cozy and read and take notes. So pencils have been amazing, and I highly recommend the Blackwing Pearl specifically. It looks a little bit chewed up because I've been using my other favorite thing in terms of pencils, which is this pencil sharpener. And this thing is an absolute beast. Okay, it has a huge compartment for pencil shavings, which is really nice. And it comes out like this and extends for you to put your pencil in. And it's like a crank turn. It's super, super heavy and like metal and durable, and I love it. And this was gifted to me by Elijah, my fiance. He brought this back from Hong Kong on a family trip years and years and years ago because he loved really nice pencils that were sharpened to perfection, and he wanted one that was really legit. So this is the one that he ended up getting. I'm getting pencil shavings all over my desk. And it's called the Carl Angel 5 pencil sharpener. And the reason why I have those teeth marks, I swear I'm not biting these, is because you put the pencil in like this, and it clamps down and holds it. So as you turn it and as you crank it, the pencil stays in place. Otherwise it will try to turn when you're cranking it. So it has to hold on, and the teeth make little marks in there, which is okay. It means it's being used. But it's this really cool pencil sharpener, and I've been really enjoying using it. I just keep wanting to actually sharpen pencils around the house just because it's so fun to use. The Muji tray that this stuff is on is also really cute, and I like it a lot. It's just this plain ceramic tray from Muji. I'm pretty sure it was from their bathroom collection. You can't even tell. I don't even think there's no name on it or anything, but it's super simple. It also doubles as a very nice painting palette because paint doesn't stick to it. It just washes right off. So sometimes I'll use it as a paint palette, just like a mini one. And it's the right size to be able to just hold a few little fun things on my desk, especially my pencils, since I have my pen case for my fountain pens. I figured this is like a cute little spot for my pencils that I can grab whenever I need them, if I need to give them a little sharpen. they're right there. Finally, my new favorite that is also from my stash is my little sticker insert. So I used to use a different insert in my TN that was a zipper pouch, and I would put little sticker flakes in there, but I found I wasn't really using it that much, and instead I just wanted really quick, easy access to stickers when I wanted to use them in my journal. So I swapped it out for this sticker insert that I bought when I was in Japan, and bought like this entire setup is pretty much all from my Japan trip in December of last year. So I have been very busy filling it full of cute little autumnal stickers and fun things that I can use, especially small ones to put on the pages because these pages are so small. So it's been really fun to fill these up and have these for on the go to use and just like put in my pages whenever I'm feeling like it. You can see, hold on, you can see on this page I have this little cute sticker, and I decorated this page to use next. So it's a really nice way to keep some stickers with me, use more of my stash, especially on the go, and make it really easy to have it all together in one system. So I love that. And it doesn't take up too much space. I don't like having 3 full inserts in my TN. I like to keep it pretty, pretty lean. The sticker insert isn't too bad, so it doesn't stick out too much along the edges, which is nice. I just don't like it when it looks overstuffed and then the edges aren't actually protected by the cover. I think that's not really a good use of the system, so I think this is like the max I would put in here. But I'm loving that sticker insert. If you want to see my most used stationery more often, or my favorite little items that I'm using, comment down below and let me know. I love chatting about the supplies just as much as the journals themselves. Thank you so much for being here. I will see you in the next video, and I'll put links to most of the stuff, if I can find it, down below. You can always use my code Emily20 on the Leuchtturm 1917 Canadian website if you want to get a discount on journals. Otherwise, I will see you in the next video. Bye!